Hello everyone, it's Nika here and welcome back to my channel. If you're very new in here, welcome. I'm glad we found each other. Good afternoon everyone. My name is Nika and if you're very new in here, I am a psychology graduate. So I'll be talking about this afternoon, it's a little bit twist than my usual behavioral psychology. So this afternoon, this is going to be a focus more on why do people buy something even if it is not necessary? Bakit nga ba may mga tao na napapabili ng isang bagay kahit naman hindi niya kailangan? Pag-usapan natin yan for this afternoon and try to learn with me. Kadalasang mga tanong sa bawat isa at natatanggap ko din from the people, and I wanted to give a general answer to everyone. Kasi we all have these questions. Bakit nga ba tayo napabili sa isang bagay? Sa tingin natin ay mura, pero pag uwi natin, naparami ang ating bili. Bakit nga ba? It is a very, very simple thing to look at. But there is always a meaning behind that kung bakit. At bibigyan natin ng linaw ngayon, for this afternoon, bibigyan natin yan ng layman's term na aayon o naaangkop sa ating understanding. I will try to explain it hanggang kaya ko na ma-explain sa pinaka-layman's term na maiintindihan ng lahat. Alright? Kasi those questions has always been asked to me. And this is now the right time to answer you guys. Alright? Now, sasagutin ko yan ng buong buo. And now, welcome to the consumer psychology. Let us define what is consumer psychology. According to some definitions, so consumer psychology is the study of why people buy things or why individuals are buying things. Bakit nga ba bumibili ang isang tao ng isang bagay o certain things that people decide to buy? There are things that are very, very necessary, and there are also things that are unnecessary but you're still willing to buy. Regardless, pag-usapan natin kung bakit ba tayo napabili o bakit ba tayo pipili ng isang bagay that is in accordance to napapasa sa ating qualification. But not just only that. We also want to dig deeper kung bakit nga ba talaga. Ano ba ang rason behind that? Why? Why? The question will always be why. But I will give a clarification to each of that. So come on, join with me. At ito, para mas maintindihan natin kung ang layunin ng consumer psychology, I will explain it to you in more defined process. So una sa lahat, tinitingnan nating aspeto ay ang tinatawag na behaviorism. Sa behaviorism, according to sa isang batikang psychologist na si John Watson, lahat ng ating naiisip, ginagawa, nafe-feel, these are all considered behavior. So sa pagkakataong ito, ang ginagawa sa ating behavior, when we are going to relate it to the product that we are going to look at, since it is manifested by the external stimuli or ang pagdesisyon mo sa pagbili ng isang produkto ay naaayon sa isang behavior ng isang tao. So halimbawa, may nakikita kang something doon sa advertisement ng isang produkto that reminds you of someone. Halimbawa, family member, loved one, or a very, very important person. You are more likely to buy the product because according to him, everything you feel, you do, your actions, and that is all correlated with each other is called a behavior, your behavior. Kaya sabi niya, yung involvement ng behaviorism dito sa consumer psychology is a vital part of a person to decide in buying a certain product. Pangalawa ay ang tinatawag nating cognitive approach. Dito sa cognitive approach, ito yung from the word itself, cognitive. This one, cognitive, refers to your mental processes, your brain. So this time around, this one is not manifested by your own personal behavior. If you might be watching the same advertisement as the first, wherein doon sa behaviorism, nababase ang iyong pagbili ng isang produkto dahil you can relate, or you are being reminded by someone, or a very, very important to you, and your behavior is being affected for you to be able to buy a certain product. In the cognitive approach, the battle is from the external stimuli and your own mental process. Ito yung nag-argue ka whether bakit ko ba siya bibilhin? Is the brand good? Are the ingredients safe? Is it really true that what advertisement is telling me? Is this kind of product will really give me the proper benefit that I'm looking for? Ito yung mga tanong before you are going to buy the product. So this is the cognitive process. Alright? So kailangan nating intindihin ito kasi ito yung dalawang proseso na nag-i-involve doon sa external, doon sa consumer psychology. And during consumer psychology, in consumer psychology, the people who are behind it are responsible of all the studies. Kailangan nilang malaman yon between the people's cognitive part and the behavior of the people before they are going to launch the product. If you have noticed, a lot of companies, if they are so big, they hired people who do specifically this function. They hire consumer psychologists. Kasi nga, they need to launch the product, which will definitely cost millions of dollars. And of course, no businessman who doesn't want to recover it. Plus the profit nating malaman. In this category, the consumer psychologists decide to release the pricing of the product. Dito na magi-involve yung, if you have noticed, why do companies do sale every year? Why do companies put pricing like 1.99? Diba? Ito yung mga tanong. Why? Here comes the consumer psychology. Dito papasok yon, yung ability for the mind of the people to see things right there and then. Akala nila mura. I mean, look at it. $1.99 or pagpalagay lang natin 99 pesos. Technically, pag tinitignan mo yung 99, that's already 100 pesos. Kasi piso na lang yung kulang pag magiging 100 siya. But since hindi siya umaabot ng piso, here goes the illusion. The consumer psychology plays. Okay? Kasi nakikita sa vision natin, it's very visual. When people sees it as 99 pesos, hindi natin naiisip na it's 100 pesos. Technically, medyo lapit na talaga para maging 100. But we don't recognize that. We see in the 9, meaning it's cheaper. Kasi hindi siya umaabot ng 100. Yung 499, you wouldn't see that as 500. That's already 500 to begin with. If you are going to look at it deeper, that's already 500 pesos kasi piso na lang yung kulang, pagiging 500. But the role of consumer psychology states that you have to do an illusion. Kasi kailangan, people sees it as 499, you think of the digit 4 na hindi 5. Sumura siya. That is how consumer psychology. Another one is, of course, the packaging, the colors, the display, that all matters. You might be thinking that it doesn't, but it does play a lot. You know, all these things, they play with the human mind, the behavior, the cognitive part. They play. Why do products put at the back of it the proper ingredients? Kasi people tends to think the cognitive part. They are going to attack the cognitive part and the behavior part, the behaviorism and the cognitive aspect of the process. Kailangan nilang alamin yon kasi pag hindi nila inaalam yon, the product wouldn't be as effective. Yung iba naman, gumagawa ng certain if you are going to notice, some companies are doing some of it, but since hindi proper yung pagkagawa, some of it hindi siya effective, di ba? But kung tama ang pagkagawa nito sa prosesong ito, it's basic lang naman eh. If you don't really own a very big company, you don't need the full aspect of it. If you're just like, for example, dun sa mga kapatid nating nagbebenta ng mga sa halimbawa, on the street, they're selling something on the street. Magagamit mo ang consumer psychology. You just have to think of it as the pricing. For example, why do people go for bundles? Kung tutuusin, pag tinitignan mo yan, yung bundle products, yun rin lang naman yung kakalabasan eh. Maliit lang yung diferensya. But when you bundle it, people sees it as marami. Nakakatipid sila pag tinitignan. Rather than buying individual. Now, it is beneficial doon sa part sa nagbibenta kasi uubos yung benta niya. Without thinking na maliit lang naman talaga yung discount, technically. Pero, ang ginagawa ng isang taong nakakapag-isip ng ideyang iyon, which is still under the consumer psychology technique, is that makaka-benefit siya kasi nauubos yung benta niya. Diba? At the same time, hindi affected yung profit niya kasi it's being sold by volume. Diba? Nakuha niya yung idea. So, in other words, you as a business person, as a businessman or woman, you have to think out of the box. Kasi, kailangan siyang i-package yung produkto. Hindi lang kasi, pag nagbibenta ka, ibibenta mo, sa kinukuha mo ito, ibibenta mo. If you wanted to gain a better profit, you have to apply consumer psychology with it. Kailangan mong alamin kung ano yung produkto mo, kailangan mong alamin kung paano i-package yung produkto mo, how to make branding and identity of your product in a way na bibenta siya na hindi kalugi. Alright? Nauubos yung benta mo, hindi kalugi, at the same time, mabilis ang pasok ng pera sa'yo. Kasi nga, makakabenta ka na naman ulit. You can buy another items and do the reselling again. So you see how important the consumer psychology is in our daily life. It is very, very important. If you wanted to survive, you have to play around with the way consumer psychologist does. I'm very sorry. But anyhow, yun lang siguro. If you have any other questions with regards to that, I would be very, very glad to answer that. Just write your questions on the comment below. So much for that consumer psychology thing. I think I was able to tackle most of the basic things and at least some tips for you guys if you wanted to venture into other things. May it be a tangible product, a services, or maybe the package you have here in YT World. But then again, we should not be contented on very monotonous strategy. I mean, a suggestion is that we need to innovate all the time and do repackaging of our products and ourselves. Because I think it is also very, very important for consistency process or anong tawag dito? Kasi tao kailangan may bagong nakikita in order for a person to consider you as interesting. Alright? And I'm very, very thankful for this opportunity that I could, discuss it with you guys. And yeah, once again, thank you very much. And if you haven't subscribed to my channel, please do subscribe to my channel and click the notification bell so you get updated to my upcoming videos. And once again, thank you so much. Bye for now.